Hi, how are you? I'm Shelly Boss-Barbaree from Atlanta, Georgia. And honestly, I'm a colorist just like you behind the chair. So today I have a technique to share with you that is going to be fun, and depending on how you choose to utilize it, you can get several different outcomes at the same time. So if I could give you something that you could do really quick in the salon and create an organic, natural highlight, or give you something that you could use also as an ombre technique that would still be very fast and just really wow people when it's over, would you be interested? Fantastic. So let me give you the concept behind the technique, all right? We're going to take a look at a pot and a lid. Yes, it's from my kitchen. Okay, so here's the deal. The pot represents everything under the parietal ridge. Everything under the parietal ridge is going to fall underneath the lid. The lid represents the top of the hair, and everything that is on top falls over the pot. All right, so what are we going to be working with today? The round. And what's going to be left is the pot. The pot's going to stay dark. Depending on what you're looking for, this could give you several different outcomes. For instance, say someone has really fine hair and you're thinking about the fact that if I blonde all the way to the bottom, that hair is just gonna like disappear and float away. You're not gonna be able to see it. There's not gonna be a shape. But if I allow us to create a frame, then have the blonde move through it, now I have hair, I have something that is framing, if you will, the shape so I can see it better, and it's going to allow my guest to look like she has more hair. If you're looking for something very natural, which is the look that we're creating today, then we don't want to touch the underneath anyway, because the natural sunlight does not highlight underneath our hair. Would you agree? It's only going to hit, pow, the top. All right? Okay, so here we go. Sectioning is pretty easy. We're just going to create that lid, if you will, on top of the head shape. Now I want you to take a quick look and see that we're about a ½ inch back from the face shape. Okay, we're about a ½ inch back, and this is going to allow a veil of dark. You can see this would be the pot, and everything on top will fall over. All right, so what happens next, Shelly? Well, we're going to create 3 circles. Now, they don't have to be beautiful. It's not about how beautiful your circles are, so I don't want you to think about that. What I do want you to be aware of is where the part is on your guest. So this is Erica. Erica parts her hair on the left-hand side. Bam, right there. All right, so our first circle is going to encompass that party, all right? It's going to encompass that party. Now, this is so much fun. We're already working on a circle. We already know that circles, or curved lines, are much softer than a hard line. Would you not agree? Yes? Now we're going to even add another softer effect, and we're also going to begin to create movement, or the illusion of movement, in the hair. How are we going to do this? We're going to over-direct the ponytails in their circles to the right-hand side, Now, what's that going to do for us? Well, if we go back to principles of hair cutting, where we see over-direction the most, we know that if we over-direct to the back, the hair, then the movement will fall where? Forward, exactly. So if we're over-directing to the right, now we're creating a massive amount of movement going to the left. Now our next circle, we're going to over-direct it back to the right. Now, if you look at where that circle is, it's actually on the right, so I want you to think about that. Where's this hair going to move? It's going to move forward because this circle is happening more towards the back. Sometimes you see techniques and you're like, what's that going to look like? Or how do you create it? And if you know the principles of movement and the head form, then it's going to be easy to break them down and use all of these different principles as tools to create one-of-a-kind looks for your guests. All right, we're on the last ponytail, and we're going to over-direct it also to the right, which means it's moving, this side will move back. And here we go. Bam. All right, now just another quick effect to help make this soft. And as you can see, there's our 3 ponytails. Here's the one that encompasses our part. Over directed to the right will fall to the left. Yes? Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is blouse the hair. So we're just going to take small sections, here we go, small sections underneath the elastic and pull them out. All right? This is just like insurance to make sure that we're not working with like the same hard line. We're actually layering the levels of hair within the hair strand. Everybody see that? Perfect. Okay, now, here's the first section. Notice that we left the veil of color out. Here's your 3 ponytails. We're always over directing to the right. What happens now? Let's take a look at our placement. Awesome. I like to start in the front just because I like the power of the lightness to be more in the front, and then fade to the back. So we'll be starting in your front section. We're going to just make small partings. We want to make sure that the saturation is good. Today we're using a lightener and 30 volume. Do you have to use the lightener? Absolutely not. It's just depending on the outcome. What I'm looking for is a quick technique. I know that with 30 volume, I will hit a lightness pretty quickly, and since I'll be able to move quickly around the shape, then I'm good with that. All right. Coming about 2 inches down, just gonna lay our brush on a horizontal, saturating the hair really good. We want to make sure we get those ends nice and neat. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to take our brush. This is called dry brushing. We did not dip it back into the lightener, and we're just going to lightly brush hair strands down from the top to meet that saturation level. Now, that saturation is going to be different. Would you not agree? Since first of all, we don't have all that lightener on the end of our brush. But secondly, because of our pressure that we're moving the brush in. So here it's like bam, and we're in, and it's strong, and we're saturating, and the goal is to get all the way throughout the hair, inside and out, great saturation. Now what we're wanting to do is have light saturation coming from the top. All right, and we want that at different lengths, okay? So I want you to think about a heartbeat and watching it on the monitor and how it goes zigzag up. That's what we're looking for, because the last thing we want to do is put a hard line in our color, because this is supposed to look like sunlight, just straight from the beautiful sun above, and just a very natural effect. Why would a guest want this? Well, sometimes you have that mom that brings her children in, and she's wanting to put that back in their hair because as they've hit like middle school, they're starting to lose that nice blonde that they used to have. So you have that going on. Or you may have the guest that comes in every 3 to 4 weeks for base color and a glaze because she has gray hair. And she may just want some nice light dimension, very natural going through her hair as well, to keep the color from looking flat. So this is a great surface highlight technique to give you that. Again, here we go. Strong saturation, about 2 inches down. Nice. Making sure that we get that saturated evenly throughout the hair. Now, dry brushing. Don't make it at the same level each time you go up. What's this going to give you? Think of a betta fish, all right? And think about how the head shape is one color, and then somewhere it just starts moving into a nice other color. Well, the saturation is going to be the lightest where we have the strongest saturation, but we're going to start marrying that soft flow of saturation through this dry brushing technique, all right? And you can use that in a lot of different ways in hair color. So here we go. Last one. have a heavy hand. It's going to feel awkward to those of you that like to get it all the way up to the base, because you're going to be wanting to get it all the way up to your elastic. And so the challenge for you is going to be let it go. Just slight strokes, and you're going to have some of the natural tone left. Again, this is going to marry your natural tone that you have in the hair, all right, to the new lightness and movement that you're putting through. We're going to fold it, elongated as far as the foil goes. This will keep us from affecting this nice dry brushing technique on the top. And we're just going to continue to work ourselves around the head form. Now, our guest is finished, okay? We've done all 3 foils. She's going to process at room temperature. The timing is going to vary depending on the density of the hair, how dark it is, how light you melanin, veil melanin, and how light you want it, right? So she's processing. We're going to shampoo her with some great after-color shampoo and balsam to help us bring down the pH, if you will, of the hair shaft, all right? And then we have our beautiful, beautiful Erica now finished. And this is what's so fun about it, is even with the light in the salon, you can see that bounce off of those strands of hair. Now, if I get closer, you're going to notice that we have these really nice highlights coming down the strand. See them? All right, and they go all the way around. And what else is great is that if we comb her hair back, you're going to see that nice dark veil all the way around the face. Now, who else could you use a dark veil upon? Well, remember that when we want to bring in or create negative space, then we're going to add darkness. So if these cheeks we have a round face shape, a square face shape, then it's possible that we want the cheeks to have more negative space. Having that dark veil is going to be very nice and complementary to that face shape. And then what it's going to allow is the movement to come on top, which is going to pull the eye up. And then check this out. All of this underneath with this vellus hair on Erica here that she won't let me cut. You know what I'm talking about? All right. This is all dark, so it shows up. And then on top of it, you see that nice lightness coming around that's going to actually hit her right under the chin. So by that, and of course that's going to change depending on the layers in the hair. But as you see, you get a nice natural flow. Now, think about this with a stronger lightening going around, almost like an ombre technique. An ombre technique with someone that has this on the bottom, this nice, like, I've got to hold on to this one piece of hair. This is going to allow us to at least have some type of frame with the lightness coming through the hair. So this is a very versatile technique for you to use in the salon. We have basically gone through how to do it, placed a couple of foils, and seen the overall outcome in less than 10 minutes. All right, until next time, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait to spend another day with you.